expect the great, y'all. The first Jonathan Nelson. Hey, we got the one and only senior pastor of Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church, Nashville, Tennessee, the one and only Bishop Joseph Walker. Good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm blessed this morning. Highly favored. Thank you for jumping on early this morning.
Man, my delight, my joy, man. Always encouraging God's people, man. And today, as we get...
Got one for you right here, y'all. Speaking of which, all of a sudden, hey, Bishop. All of a sudden, that rain came suddenly. New Birth Missionary Baptist Church, y'all. Featuring Vanessa Bell Armstrong right here. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Front page right here.
News headlines. Entertainment. Sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, 10 minutes after the hour, we got your front page right here. Eva, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone, and happy Monday. I'm your girl, Eva Marcel, here with a quick look at your front page news. The president of France will meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Moscow today as a part of the continuing effort to de-escalate the fears of a Russian invasion of Ukraine. On several news shows yesterday morning, the White House National Security Advisor and Russia said that they could invade Ukraine any day now. Meanwhile, jury selection begins today in the federal trial of 3 men who were murdered Ahmaud Arbery. This state trial last year resulted in life sentences. The federal trial will focus on whether or not the killing was racially motivated. And last but not least, later on today in the show, civil rights attorney Ben Crump will join us to talk about the killing of Amir Locke in Chicago, whose death is now being compared to Breonna Taylor. 22-year-old Amir died last Wednesday after being shot by SWAT officers during an execution of a no-knock warrant. Amir was reportedly at his cousin's apartment when it happened. All right, that was a quick look at your front page news. For more, log on to the RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock T, our sports genius. What's going down in sports?
Already, Eva, just in case y'all didn't remember, there is an Olympics going on right about now in Beijing, the Winter Olympics. Total medal count, Russia's in first place with 6, Netherlands got 4, Japan has 4, Canada has 4, and USA has 3 total medals, man. U.S. figure skating team won an historic silver medal, the first ever. Shout out to the women's hockey team. They're 3-0, and they're getting ready for a big matchup versus Canada. The NFL Pro Bowl went down yesterday. NFC loses to the AFC 41-35, man. This is there's a couple entertaining moments, man, but the players don't really play that hard in this game. They don't want to get hurt. They're just out there putting on a little bit of Harlem Globetrotter type show for the fans. It's like the NBA All-Star game. Not much defense going on, but the brothers, Buffalo Bill wide receiver Stephon Diggs and defensive back Trayvon Diggs, they switched positions and ran a play against each other, man. It wasn't a touchdown, but it was kind of cool to see. New Orleans Saints running back Alvin Kamara was arrested after playing in the Pro Bowl. Of course, it was going on in Vegas after being accused of injuring someone at a nightclub on Saturday night, the day before the Pro Bowl. Word is that Kamara remains in jail, and I'm sure he's going to be making the bail this morning to be getting let out. And then he got to go to court and defend himself. So we'll see what happens with that. Gary with the T, what's up there, Pippin?
All right, y'all. It's being reported and it's confirmed, y'all, that Kanye West did get a chance, y'all, to have his kids to himself for the weekend, y'all, which they're saying, y'all, triggered his mass deletion of those disparaging posts that he allegedly put out. Now, there's video circulating, y'all, online that appears to show that all 4 of his children, y'all, they were hanging out with him at some sort of church service in L.A. this past weekend, y'all, and they were saying that there was no chaperone around him, so Kim was not there with them. Now, it's unclear, y'all, if he'll air all his frustrations, y'all, on Instagram again the next time around, or if there is a sign of a permanent change to come, how he handles family issues. You know, he went out on social media and put all kind of mess out, and some people saying, y'all, oh Lord, he put a hit out on Kim Kardashian and what have you and stuff, but they're saying, you know, that this, they're investigating that situation and what have you, but they're saying that he was added again on yesterday, posting a fresh round of all caps IG capture, y'all, taking aim at his estranged wife. Now, they're saying only this time, y'all, he's making allegations that he was straight up disturbing, actually saying Kim thinks that he's got this bounty hunter over her head. And, you know, I'm sure, you know, eventually they may get back together because, you know, sometimes when people go at it, fighting and carrying on and stuff like that, there's nothing but love. And love is definitely in the air. You know, Valentine's Day is not too far away, so we'll see if this wonderful couple
It
get
don't look
back.
like he in love with all them women that be around him in the studio. I saw on Facebook last night.
Yeah, but Rick, you know this, child. That's all.
I mean, they was partying hard. He had them white girls was up in there deep.
They was all trying to get their check, honey. So I'm sure at the end of the night, Ricky, they was at the door getting their checks. So you know how Kanye does.
Anthony Brown was in there. All of them was in there.
Yeah, we're going to follow that and see how that all turn out, though. Because this man, I'm surprised he running after her like this. That he really want her back and stuff.
You got to do that to keep your mind off of.
Yeah, exactly. See, so, well, we'll see how this turn out with Mr. West and Miss West. All right, the color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is tiger print. On the high end, you say tiger print, and on the low end, you say beautiful black and tan. That's your color for today. Brad, what you got coming up in the hot spot?
Coming up next in the hot spot, actor that we know and love then got arrested for felony domestic violence. I'm going to tell you what is up next. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and that's hot.
You can catch me at the hot spot.
It's the BR18.
All right, it's the bottom of the hour. Time for the hot spot. What up, Brad?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brett Tat Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Oh, man. According to TMZ, actor Columbus Short has been arrested once again for domestic violence. Oh, man. Cops were called to a home in San Fernando, California, Valley last week around 10:30 p.m. over a verbal agreement between him and his wife that allegedly became physical. Now, when cops arrived, Columbus allegedly told cops that his wife punched him in the face, but he had no marks, and cops say then they spoke to his wife and noticed a minor injury. He was arrested for felony domestic violence. Ugh, can't put them hands on nobody, man. You can't hit a woman even if she hit you. You just can't do it. What you think, Rick?
Just walk away, get therapy, walk away.
Yeah.
One thing I learned in relationships, even when you having an argument or disagreement, what we don't do, we both sit down. We both keep our hands to our side, and no one raises their voice, and that's the beginning of having a disagreement. You know, that grabbing air and getting off. Excuse me, if you can't.
Yeah.
If we expressing ourselves that way, we can end the conversation now. I've done it.
Yeah,
I've done it.
No, that makes sense because. Yeah.
Yes, because it goes from one extreme to the next, and
it escalates.
Right,
Yeah.
I had to tell them, say, hey, now, what did I say to cause you to stand up and start raising your voice? And I said, you were sitting down, we were having a conversation. So, get it together, and then we can resume our conversation. And that's how you control it.
Yeah, that's good.
For both, for men and women. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that grabbing air.
All right, y'all, moving on. We need to pray for Tyrese's mom, who is currently in the hospital with pneumonia and COVID. He wrote via Instagram, my mother's in a coma in ICU with pneumonia and she caught COVID. They got her so sedated that she can't breathe or even eat on her own. He continued, this has been going on all week. I haven't posted. I'm doing this time because I feel helpless, and this is my cry for help. I need prayers, the most sincere prayers from you prayer warriors. Hold on, mother, I'm there by your side. God is able to do all things. He pulled you out of a coma before. Oh, God, I've seen the light. Things have been going so well. Now this. So we need to keep Tyrese's mom in our prayers and his whole family.
It's a sad time. You ever thought that you would get this age and see so much
death?
Oh, yes.
You know what I'm saying? And we thought that our grandparents was this is something totally different. It's almost becoming like when somebody die now, like they're going off to college because you're becoming immune to it almost.
Yep. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. All right, last but not least, this is a lighter note. According to the Detroit Free Press, 40-year-old Sean Forbes is set to perform with Dr. Dre, Eminem, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, and Kendrick Lamar at the Super Bowl halftime show. Now, Forbes and fellow deaf rapper Warren Wawa Snipe will perform sign language interpretations of the headliner's music. Forbes said in a statement, the doors to accessibility are busted wide open with something like this. So this is a very much full circle moment, being from Detroit, being part of the Eminem camp, or even going back to being 12 and listening to NWA, Dr. Dre, and Snoop on my Walkman. Man, this is a dream. So congratulations to him.
So he deaf and can rap?
I guess he'll be just doing the sign language for them rapping.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know. I
Okay.
guess we just got to wait and see. So I don't know, because then how can you? Yeah.
I mean, you know, a lot of there are deaf people that can actually talk. You know,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
he might have found a way to do it.
Okay.
But if he
Well, I
can,
can't-
that's damn good.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's going to be great to see. So that halftime show is going to be awesome anyway. So we're going to wrap up the hot spot on that note. But coming up, oh, Lord, we got Rock T's joke of the day. Is it going to be funny, Rock T? We shall see. And once y'all hit us up for them wake-up
I
calls
already
at
over there about to laugh when you
866-9
talking about
Ricky.
that last story.
866-9-RICKEY. The time now was 26 minutes before the top of the hour. Don't do it. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, it is about that time. It 43 after the hour. Rick's About the Morning Show. Right, T got that joke of the day. Joke of the day.
Feel a good one coming.
Yes, sir. That was a pause, but go ahead.
Okay. That was a feel.
All right, Rock.
Why did the coach go to the bank?
Why did the coach go to the bank?
To get his quarterback?
Get that quarterback. That's good, Rock.
Brett? Gary?
It was cute. I'll just say it was cute. It was cute. I
Wait,
chuckled.
is that considered a double entendre?
What?
It's considered a bad joke.
Oh, man. That's a classic. That coach went to the bank to get his quarterback.
Right.
That's my quarterback.
And he was crying like Terrell Owens.
Yes, sir.
He said, that's my quarterback.
My quarterback. It's just not fair.
Nah, it's funny. What did he say, Rock?
It's not fair. It's my quarterback.
This joke is being brought to you by Tony Romo. And Dallas Scott. Hey, that was okay. We're gonna ride with that one, Rock.
Oh, appreciate that, dog.
We'll go. Let's give him a round of applause. Give him a big round of applause. For that one. Yeah. We're gonna let you make it. Dr. Collier, good morning.
Good morning, Rickey Smiley. I hope you had a wonderful weekend, and thank you once again for the opportunity to bring this health update
Thank
to
you.
the listeners of the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. So, Ricky, the United States has reached a milestone in COVID-19. The pandemic's death toll has officially been listed now as greater than 900,000 people. Unofficially, we all know it's over 1 million, but officially listed 900,000. So while deaths are rising in much of the country, we are also seeing some hopeful things coming out. One, that the COVID-19 cases are falling in 49 of 50 states. And new daily cases have plunged by almost 500,000 nationwide since mid-January. So for the past 3 weeks, the cases have been dropping down. But the death rates are going up, Ricky. So that suggests that, again, and we're well aware that there's a lag between the time people are infected with the virus and the time that they pass from it. So in 35 states, the death rate continues to rise, and so we're keeping our eye on that. So that just basically is emphasizing once again that people need to get their vaccines. So the CDC on Friday continued its endorsement of the Moderna vaccine as the vaccine you should get, with Pfizer being second choice. And now we're looking at, they're recommending a fourth booster, but this is particularly for people that are moderately or severely immune compromised, and they don't have to wait 6 months to get it now. They can get it as early as 3 months after their last shot, so they can get the protection that they need. So if you have COVID symptoms, cough, fatigue, congestion, runny nose, and with this Omicron variant, the sneezing is one that's very, very important. So, again, I had those symptoms. In fact, one of my family members this weekend tested strongly positive. And so everybody else in the family got tested. Everybody tested negative so far. So we're hoping that this is not another round of the COVID going through our family or your family. So get your vaccine if you haven't gotten it. That's where we are, Ricky.
All right, y'all, with Dr. Collier, good morning.
What I want to know is during this COVID time and depression, when people lose loved one and they've had COVID, where's the best resources to reach out to for help?
Okay, so a lot of depression, period, from just people being locked down and not being able to live their best life. There are just so many restrictions right now that we are noticing that the mental health risk and strain on not just adults, but on our children in particular, are devastating our local communities. So we need to reach out and get a licensed professional counselor. United Springs, one that you hear on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show, has a website, but there are others. You can just Google mental health. It's very difficult to get into mental health providers for a real face-to-face, but you can always Google. And amazingly enough, these counseling sessions are very, very good. So get yourself someone to talk to, family members. Talk it out. Don't just hold it all in. If you have a concern or if you're worried about something, find somebody to talk to. I tell my patients all the time, most of the concerns they have, they don't have to come to my office. We can talk about it at happy hour. You just need to be talking about it and having the conversation.
Make sure you go to springforthcounseling.org. You're on with Dr. Collier. Good morning.
Dr. Collier, I've had boosted, vaccinated, and was in the ICU for 3 weeks with COVID. Came back out. Just want to know how you're feeling about that.
Okay, the way I'm feeling about it is that now you are a super soldier. You have had the disease, recuperated from it. You have natural immunity as well as you've had the vaccine. So you're at optimal immune status now. So the COVID is not something you have to be worried about at this point. If you caught it again, the symptoms should be mild and it shouldn't be a problem. But it's also important what your comorbid conditions are. High blood pressure, diabetes, obesity. Those are the top three and things that other disease processes that you have to cover. These are the opinions of Dr. MJ Collier, not those of Rickey Smiley. The Rickey Smiley Morning Show cast or its production crew. You can find me on all social media at ASK Dr. MJ. I'll be doing Facebook Live this week on Wednesday at 6:30 at Ask Dr. MJ.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Monday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Black Twitter is livid with Kanye West, y'all. You know we're in the beginning of Black History Month, y'all. So this is the time that we all should be celebrating as a race of people and having a great time. Well, people are talking about Mr. Kanye because you remember I reported last week that Kanye West allegedly gave his new girlfriend Julia Fox and some of her wonderful friends beautiful Birkin bag purses. Now, remember, those purses range from $25,000 to a mere $250,000 per purse. Well, now, the video is circulating, y'all, that Kanye gave all of her white friends a purse and that only one black friend in that crowd did not get a purse. She is not holding a purse, honey, while all the other women are posing with their purses, honey. And people want to know what really is going on. Why would Kanye allegedly do this to her only black friend and not give her a purse? Could y'all do that to some of y'all friends? You go to a party and there's just that one friend or something that stand out and y'all just overlook them and not give them like all the other people getting? Could you do that, Rick? I mean, it's sad.
No, you can't. You can't give people stuff in front of other people. If you're going to do for one, you have to, it naturally made people feel a certain kind of way.
Yeah, and that poor friend, honey, she didn't
Oprah
toss
gave
her
everybody
hair.
a card. Don't ever forget that.
Yeah, everybody got a card, y'all.
You get a card. You get a card.
Yes,
everybody got one.
I mean, it's sad, though. And I mean, she didn't pose for the picture, honey, tossed her hair looking all cute and everything, but all the other girls was dangling their little Birkins bags, and she didn't have one, and people want to know why she didn't get a purse. So it's a sad thing, though. I mean, could y'all do that to y'all friends? I mean, give out somebody like that evil special K.
I think Ricky said it perfectly. You don't have to give everyone one, but I think the proper way to do it is if everyone's not going to get one, don't do it in front of everyone. Just do it in the cut.
Maybe she got one and she just set hers down for a minute.
Maybe
her just wasn't up. It wasn't raised up when they snapped the picture. She probably got one.
Well, that's a good thing to say, yeah. Well, anyway, I feel bad for her. She didn't get her purse, child.
There's always one girl in the corner holding all the purses, so maybe.
Anyway, exactly.
Anyway.
What's her name, Rock?
Felicia.
Yeah, I guess Felicia.
She slid that thing to the side. I'm taking this one with me.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, moving on. Speaking of Black History Month, y'all. Now, this is a very touching story, and I need y'all to listen to it very carefully. Now, it's being reported, y'all, that T-Pain wants people to stop celebrating Black History Month. Now, I don't know if y'all heard about it. He said, quote, it's always been messed up, honey. It's been messed up for a hell of years. He said, we take it how we've been taking it. He said, we're going to make changes, honey. Look toward the future and stop looking at the past, and we're going to make changes. This is what he told TMZ. He said, quote, it ain't going to stop unless we have our own stuff. And he's using other words. He said, just because we're HBCUs don't mean it ain't owned by someone else. He said, we know what we've done. Let's make our own stuff, and we can get in wherever the hell we want to. Then he went on to say, stop celebrating it. He said, although we celebrate Black History Month, he said, I think we should just have history. They overshot it. He said, we don't want our own stuff. He said, you're separating us again. We want to be a part of history and not just 1 month of it. He said, like, we want to be a part of history. Don't celebrate 1 month of it. I'd rather everybody stop celebrating that mess and just let us be a part of history and not just y'all get paid attention to on the shortest month of the year, unquote.
Message?
Well, I don't know if we gonna. Okay.
Yeah. There's room to do both.
Yeah.
Get what he's saying. He came out clumsy.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because Black history is American history. So what he's saying is that it's something that we should definitely uplift and think about and celebrate all year long, not just 1 month. But the reality is this is our designated month, and we do have to go hard to make sure that the kids know what we didn't learn growing up.
Yeah.
Like who Henrietta Lacks is, who all these amazing Black people are that you only hear during this month.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, man.
Well, we need to call a historian, honey, to see if we could, get the understanding of that. But it's interesting, though, and a lot of people say it's the shortest month in the
coldest.
Yeah. So, but then also, like they say, some people say too, Black history is every day. So, but we just celebrated that 1 month. Everybody just talking.
Everybody's so quiet.
Nobody gonna book you, Gary, for that Black History program. Nobody. That's gonna be an awkward ass speech.
Where's the punchline? Come on now.
Every day is Black history. Every day is Black history, y'all. And that's that. All right, the color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is tiger print. On the high end, you say tiger print, and on the low end, you say beautiful black and tan. That's the color. Let me tell you, let's be real. Y'all want to curse and say something, but we just gonna let that slide.
Boy. So we don't want to end up in the office.
Exactly.
I'm telling you.
Okay, so we just let that go. Happy Black History Month, y'all, matter of factly, too.
That was an awkward segment.
Yeah, right. Really awkward. Y'all give it up for Gary with the T.
Ladies and gentlemen, our favorite grandmama is back in the building, Miss Bernice Jenkins.
Yeah.
Good morning,
Hey.
good morning, good morning. Janie, good morning.
Good morning.
Just another day that the Lord has kept me.
Yes.
Woke me up,
Come on now.
sat me on the side of the bed. Slid me in my house shoes.
Yes, he did.
Flushed the toilet for me this morning when I couldn't reach around and flush it myself.
Come on now.
Thank you. All the time.
All the time.
Here's our church announcement this morning. Govern yourself.
Accordingly.
Govern yourself.
Accordingly.
The pastor wants to apologize to anybody that gave him a hug this morning and something didn't feel right. Now, his grandkids thought that they was helping him out by putting his vitamins next to his orange juice this morning, but it wasn't vitamins. He took 3 Viagras. So the church hugs will be re-implemented. We will be going back to the church hugs for 90 days. To all of that is completely out of his system. Homegoing services for the past, homegoing service for the pastor. His brother Elroy Lewis will be held on Friday. You know Elroy Lewis, don't you, Janie, the pastor's brother?
Yeah.
He was 86, and Elroy had suffered from alcohol poisoning, lead poisoning, rat poisoning, food poisoning, and bug spray poisoning. But that ain't what killed him. What killed him was he was at a party Saturday night and jumped in a dance contest with some young dudes. And he danced so hard he had a massive heart attack. And ironically, the song that they was dancing to was BBD's Poison.
Finally caught up to him.
And Janie. If anyone knows a crackhead that still be walking around looking to get money, we have $8 in the building fund to climb up on the roof and clean the gutters. So if anybody know a crackhead, because ain't none of them got COVID, none of them. COVID didn't get to the crackhead. They all survived. All of them survived. We just need somebody to clean the gutters. Janie, thank you. That concludes our church announcement. Janie, I'll call you tomorrow. All right. Black Tony, what's up?
I know, sir.
Yeah, they was asking about you in Columbus.
Yeah, sir. If you had a
they was real disappointed.
If you had a flew me up there, I would have went up there and I wouldn't be in trouble that morning. I would have been in Ohio.
You wouldn't have showed up to the, you wouldn't have showed up to the airport.
I would have came up there if you had a flew me up though.
Man, you ain't gonna do right, bro.
Anyway, sir, I'm in trouble this morning. I already know I'm in trouble. I'm finna go. Sir, I'm probably finna go to chain gang for about 20 years, sir.
Oh no,
it's all right though. You could have saved me, sir, if you had a fluke meal though.
Man, we try to save you by giving you an opportunity to come to work every day, man.
I'm trying to come to work, but I'm trying to fix something I messed up last night, sir. I might go to chain gang 15,
That's
20
every
years.
night. If you just go to bed at 8 o'clock, bro,
Did you hear what I said?
What?
Did you hear what I said?
What did he say, Ron?
I might be finna go to chain gang 25, 30 years, sir, and you still talking about coming to work.
He say he finna get locked up.
For what?
I need you to call Ben Trump.
Yeah, Ben Crump, yeah.
Yeah, I need you to call him, sir. I'm gonna need him that money. Cause I know these folks come to get me, sir.
What's the charge?
I had took all my little kid, my niece and nephew out to Walmart last night.
Yeah.
And they were in there running around, acting a fool, being bad. I like they is, because they all bad and ugly. Yeah. And all the little bad and ugly ass kids, the bigger one ain't but 5. You're about 6 on. The bigger one ain't but 5. So
what he do?
They in there playing with the little white boy. The white boy playing with my children. They done got on my damn nerves, side. I'm trying to get out the store and go on back to the house, drop them all off at their mama house.
Yeah.
I thought I tell her I don't get back in the back of the truck. You know, I got that O2 Escalade. I tell her get back in the truck and just shut up, don't say nothing.
Yeah.
I say, y'all say something, I'm whooping everybody.
Yeah.
Shout out and got home about 11 o'clock. Shout out, the little white boy done came out the store and got in the truck with them. Wait
a minute, what?
The little white boy done came out the store that was in the store playing with. He done got in the truck with us. I ain't even know he was back though.
You got an amber. That's why everybody's phone going off.
That's why, man. So they gonna get me. So I gotta go this little white ball somewhere without being on camera.
Yeah, just go to the fire department because they ain't gonna arrest you.
Fire department. So I got all kind of warrants. If I ain't even draw no little white ball, they be man. They just
drop them off at Children's Hospital.
Try to come get the little white boy, please.
No, you crazy?
Please, Evil, come get the little white boy. You light skinned, that think he yours.
No, sir.
No, we'll be praying for you, dog.
What's his name?
Please call Ben Trump. Give me a number.
Ben Crump or Donald Trump? You saying both names?
Ben Trump, whatever his name is, just give me a number.
The dark skin one or the one with the red one? All right, y'all. Of course, the month of February is Black History Month and the month of love. You know what I mean. So, all month we will be reading Black love letters written by some of the Black inventions that we cannot imagine our lives without. Now, Gary has expressed his love for potato chips invented by a Black man. Brad is so grateful for the love that she's gotten for the electric microphone, also invented by a Black man. Now, let me tell you who I am showing love to this morning. Her name is Sarah Boone. That's right. Dear Sarah, I love you. We should really all love you. In 1892, you invented something that we all know, use, and need to this very day, especially the old players that hang out at the VFW and the Elks Lodge and the American Legion. All right, so without your inventive mind, Sarah Boone, these old heads will not be looking fresh in their two-piece linen outfits and their starched jeans with church shoes. In 1892, Sarah, you was a Black woman who invented what is now the modern day ironing board. That's right, the ironing board. What would we do without it? Sarah Boone, we got nothing but love for you. All the old players out there, Maestro Powell, Mr. Thomas, Pumpkin, Mr. Dwight, my friend George Fleming's stepdaddy, all of them appreciate you, especially your stepdad too,
My
right?
stepdaddy Billy, yeah.
Yeah, Billy, Mr.
You
Billy.
got them star jeans.
Uncle Bruh.
Damn,
Shout out to Uncle Bruh, Eugene Smiley, Bandy Smiley, Anthony Smiley.
Tom Jordan.
Now, Tom, don't do Tom. Tom don't wear that.
Don't do
Them
that.
two pieces.
Never seen Tom with no.
Tom rock that two piece. Come on now.
What two piece?
That two piece linen. Come on now. I got video.
He with J. Anthony Brown does.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, J. Anthony Brown does. I saw Damon with a two piece on.
Jay got a closet full of them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, shout out to everybody that's rocking that two piece. All the wonderful stepdads out there, man. The segment being brought to you by Jupe, Cool Water Cologne, Perry Ellis, and what's the other one, Kate?
CK1.
CK1 and Dracar. So we just love and appreciate all y'all. Gary got the tea and the Kahlua today. Coming up next, what you gonna be talking about, Gary?
Coming up next, y'all, baby, Miss Nora Loom, honey, she's quitting Twitter.
Up. All right, y'all. Of course, the month of February is Black History Month and the month of love. You know what I mean. So, all month we will be reading Black love letters written by some of the Black inventions that we cannot imagine our lives without. Now, Gary has expressed his love for potato chips invented by a Black man. Brad is so grateful for the love that she's gotten for the electric microphone, also invented by a Black man. Now, let me tell you who I am showing love to this morning. Her name is Sarah Boone. That's right. Dear Sarah, I love you. We should really all love you. In 1892, you invented something that we all know, use, and need to this very day, especially the old players that hang out at the VFW and the Elks Lodge and the American Legion. All right, so without your inventive mind, Sarah Boone, these old heads will not be looking fresh in their two-piece linen outfits and their starched jeans with church shoes. In 1892, Sarah, you was a Black woman who invented what is now the modern day ironing board. That's right, the ironing board. What would we do without it? Sarah Boone, we got nothing but love for you. All the old players out there, Maestro Powell, Mr. Thomas, Pumpkin, Mr. Dwight, my friend George Fleming's stepdaddy, all of them appreciate you, especially your stepdad too,
My
right?
stepdaddy Billy, yeah.
Yeah, Billy, Mr.
You
Billy.
got them star jeans.
Uncle Bruh.
Damn,
Shout out to Uncle Bruh, Eugene Smiley, Bandy Smiley, Anthony Smiley.
Tom Jordan.
Now, Tom, don't do Tom. Tom don't wear that.
Don't do
Them
that.
two pieces.
Never seen Tom with no.
Tom rock that two piece. Come on now.
What two piece?
That two piece linen. Come on now. I got video.
He with J. Anthony Brown does.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, J. Anthony Brown does. I saw Damon with a two piece on.
Jay got a closet full of them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, shout out to everybody that's rocking that two-piece, all the wonderful step dads out there, man. This segment being brought to you by Jupe, Cool Water Cologne, Perry Ellis, and what's the other one, Kate?
CK1.
CK1 and Dracar. So we just love and appreciate all y'all. Gary got the tea and the Kahlua today. Coming up next, what you gonna be talking about, Gary?
Coming up next, y'all, baby, Miss Nora Loom, honey, she's quitting Twitter. Twitter.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Gary has the tea and the Kahlua today, brought to you by...
Whether you rent or own, Geico makes it easy to bundle home and car insurance. Having a home is hard work, so get a quote at geico.com. Easy. Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Monday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood, y'all. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Y'all all know Nora Loom, right? If y'all don't, let me tell y'all who Miss Nora Loom is. She's also known as Aquafina, y'all. Aquafina made it the announcement that she is quitting Twitter, y'all. She said because all you people are dragging her through the mud, y'all. Now, if y'all don't recall, that Aquafina was nominated, y'all, for NAACP award, and they're saying, y'all, that Aquafina, after years of criticism for clout chasing, y'all, with a caricature based on black stereotypes, accused appropriate. They're saying, y'all, that Aquafina addressed the issue, y'all, heading on, you know, that she said, I'm gonna quit Twitter, y'all. She said, you know, they're saying that she's on that they call it a black tour, y'all, with Thandiwe how you say her name? Thandiwe
Newton.
Thandiwe Newton, Joe Rogan, y'all, the Rock Hunter. They said they're all on this tour, y'all, just in time for Black History Month. Now, I don't know her. But, I mean, I reported it before. They were saying, you know, that a lot of people got so upset because they said she, you know, mimic black people and say all kind of racial things. And they said this is how she got her career started. Now, somebody said it's not complicated or multi-player. They say, but it's really quite straightforward that Aquafina has been using a racialized trope, y'all, regarding black speech to advance her career. Now, they're saying that she's appropriated and rationalized black people for her success, and they say she made it and has moved on, and they say it's anti-black. And people upset with it. Do y'all know
a black woman?
No, she's Chinese, Ricky.
Oh.
Yeah, she's a Chinese woman, honey. She's Miss Aquafina, honey. But her real name is Nora Loom, y'all. And a lot of people are upset about it, y'all. They're saying, you know, that, you know, she rode on black folks' back and stuff and what have you. And now, honey, she didn't make it. And it's almost like, you know, she turned her back on them in so many words. They said, all the while having historically and routinely seen their culture stolen, exploited and appropriated, y'all, by the dominant culture for monetary gain without acknowledgement nor respect for where those rules come from. They're saying that the pioneer of its beginnings and the artist that perfected and mastered the craft, honey, you know, she's just going on, but she's upset about it. But should she not win an NAACP award? I mean, isn't that for the National Association of Advancement of Colored People? I mean, would European people or Chinese people be colored people?
No.
Oh, they not?
Yes,
No.
they are colored people
thought so.
also. But
He
the
said
frustration,
European.
Gary,
No.
is the fact that she uses the stereotype. So I don't think it's just her infatuation with our culture. It's the fact that she's infatuated with the negative ideas of our culture, and that is what has made her famous. And so that's where people are upset about, because she's actually a really good actress.
Yeah. Well, but people evidently liked her or something. I mean, she made it this far, and she's being nominated for an NAACP award. I mean, so I don't know, but I don't know. It's Black History Month, y'all, so, y'all, we got
It is, Gary.
So we got a lot of stuff on this going on with Black History Month, y'all, and a lot of people are upset and with certain actors and actresses like Miss Thandiwe Newton, y'all. They're saying that Miss Thandiwe Newton, they said she burst into biracial tears, y'all, during the interview the other day. So she was apologizing to darker-skinned women for taking their roles and their men, honey. She said, you know, she did what she had to do. She said, you know, that she burst into tears, y'all, during a non-viral interview with the Associated Press, y'all, where she apologized, y'all, to darker-skinned actresses for taking their roles and men, you know. And they said now she's been married to a white man since 1998. Now, Miss Thandie Houston, she plays a woman, y'all, that's confronting white hunters in this new film called God's Country. And they said she's struggled with a different type of prejudice in the U.S. as a light-skinned black British woman. And we've always known Thandie for being a black woman.
Always.
But I guess she's biracial or what have you, but she's apologizing. I mean, and they're saying this is a good thing that she's doing this during Black History Month. They said because in Hollywood, darker skinned actresses will always pass over, y'all, for coveted roles. And she said, quote, "It's been very painful to have women who look like my mom feel like I'm not representing them." She said I'm taking from them. She said taking their men, taking their work, taking their truth. She said, she had tears in her eyes because this woman was crying because she was apologizing to darker skinned women regarding this situation and stuff during Black History Month.
But is it her fault or the people that's in casting? That's the thing, and who's overlooking all of this stuff and seeing that there's a balance and a representation of all ethnicities and skin tones or whatever you want to call it, in these roles.
Ricky, nobody was mad at Thandie Newton for nothing. The lady is the color that she is. She's in Hotel Rwanda. She was in Norbit. She was in For Color Girls. Like, the woman has played a Black woman in everything she's done. So no one understands her apology because no one was upset.
Well, what's the situation then?
Well, why is she
That's
crying?
the question. That's the question. What is she talking about when she says taking your men, as if she's not Black too?
Yeah.
But did anybody say something to cause her?
Nothing, Rick. No one said nothing.
So she just came out and just started talking?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, well, she said she was the first dark-skinned woman in the lead role in Star Wars Legacy, and she was accepted as a Black actress early in her career because of her lighter skin. She said that she should probably just let someone else address these issues, because some people say that the internet, honey, forgot that it was evidently a slip-up, honey, or whatever. But nevertheless, and I love Thandie Houston. She was such a beautiful woman, or is. But we just got to pray, y'all. It's Black History Month, so y'all, let's continue to pray and talk all these things out, honey, so we can come to some type of conclusion at the end of the day. Did that make sense, Ricky?
That make a lot of sense. I'm
Thank
with
you.
you.
The color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today is tiger print. On the high end, you say tiger print, and on the low end, you say beautiful black and tan. That's your color for today.
Did you see that post?
People are talking.
Here's what's trending on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Yes, indeedy, man. Once again, protesters are gathering in Minneapolis to demand justice for a young Black man killed by the police. 22-year-old Amir Locke died last Wednesday after being shot by SWAT officers during the execution of a no-knock warrant. Amir was reportedly in his cousin's apartment when the tragic incident occurred. And joining us this morning is our friend and brother, civil rights attorney, Ben Crump. Good morning, Ben. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing good, Rock. Tell you, it's an honor to be with you all, especially Kay and, of course, the Brat, Ricky. Thank y'all for covering these important matters.
Absolutely. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Ben, but Amir was not named in the warrant and was not in any way involved in the case being investigated. So please tell us what happened.
Exactly. Amir was a young man, as his mother and father said, a good kid, no criminal history. He was at his cousin's house sleeping on the couch when the police inexplicably came in on one of these dangerous, unjustified no-knock warrants. And he was asleep on the couch. I mean, you watch the video. You don't have to take our word for it. He's dead asleep. The police yelling after they come through the threshold because they came in without knocking. And they kicked the couch. And he wakes up. He's a licensed gun owner because Black people have the right to the Second Amendment also. And when they see he got the gun and he's not even turned over yet, they immediately start shooting. And they killed this innocent young Black man while he, was merely waking up. We don't even know if he ever knew who it was that killed him. And the big thing about this to me, y'all, is when we think back about Breonna Taylor, if we should have learned anything from Breonna Taylor's tragic killing in Louisville, Kentucky, is that no-knock warrants have deadly consequences for innocent Black people.
So, Ben, what can be done, or is anything being done legislatively that you know of to get rid of these no-knock warrants that are, putting so many innocent people in a position to lose their lives?
Yeah, and let's be specific about it. It's putting innocent people of color, because they're not busting in our white brothers and sisters' homes in the middle of the night, in the wee hours of the morning. They're doing this disproportionately against black people. After Breonna Taylor was killed, they did a study on who they were executing these no-knock warrants on in Louisville, Kentucky, and 82% of the people who they bust open front doors were African Americans. Let that sit in when we're the minority, but yet they only kicking in our doors over 80% of the time. And so you would think that Minneapolis, after George Floyd, who said they were not going to do no-knock warrants, and many states and cities abolished no-knock warrants, at least in theory, after Breonna Taylor. But yet in Minneapolis, they said they abolished it, but we saw what happened with Amir Locke. And so it's one of the things you have to be honest and transparent. Either you're going to get rid of these no-knock warrants that you know are disproportionately dangerous for black people, or you're not. Don't lie to us, because Amir Locke should be alive, especially if you learned from Breonna Taylor.
Right. Now, just to be clear, Attorney Trump, Amir Locke had a gun that he owned legally and was trying to protect himself, not knowing what was going on. Now, he did nothing more than you or I would have done, right?
Yeah, and it's so funny. I had to take my foot out my mouth, y'all, because when Corey Jones had got killed, when Philando Castile got killed, both black men who had gun permits, and yet the police shot and killed them, we kept saying, well, where the gun lobby? Where's the NRA? Why they aren't speaking up? Well, the Minnesota Gun Caucus put out a statement the day that video came out and said Amir Locke did what any other law-abiding licensed gun owner would have done, put in that situation to protect his family and his castle, because that's what he was doing. And this no-knock warrant is dangerous not only for the citizens, but it's also dangerous for the police, because the Second Amendment has made every American have guns now, and they're going to protect their home when they think it's a burglar. And if you don't announce yourself and you breaking into my house in the middle of the night, what is Amir to do? What is he to think?
Yeah, man, that's... All right, man. Well, we're speaking with civil rights attorney Ben Crump, and continue to keep us posted. You know you are always welcome to come on this show. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for attorney Ben Crump. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, brother. Thank y'all so much.
Absolutely. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Absolutely. Rickey.
To all the hard-working women and everyday super moms, we got a little something for you. It's Eva's Corner on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
12 minutes before the top of the hour. Yes, indeedy. Eva for Shiva got the corner. What's happening?
Good morning, Rock T. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Eva's Corner, where we talk about all things womanhood, motherhood, and the juiciness in between. And today I want to talk about good old-fashioned etiquette. How tardy is too tardy for the party? Now, let's be clear. We have a thing called CP time in our culture. We definitely like to be fashionably late and make our little statement, and no one wants to be the first guest at an event, right? However, for an average party that might last about 3-4 hours, how tardy is rude? Because this weekend, I helped my girlfriend tie the knot, married, and it was a beautiful, beautiful wedding. However, I did notice this thing that Atlanta does, which is make sure they're late to everything. Now, maybe I'm just different. I come from a world of to be early is to be on time is to be late, and to be late is unacceptable. Now, is it just me, y'all? But is tardy just rude? Or is that something that I need to learn to be a little tardier? Y'all let me know. Gary, Brad?
Well, I don't like to be late. I don't like to be late for stuff. If I'm late, it's a real serious reason like why I'm late. Like something went wrong with something. But I like to be on time.
I don't like when people are late to something where everybody is seated. and
Yes.
you come in late. That's really like whether a wedding, a funeral, anything like that, where people are seated and then you come walking in the middle of the thing. That's just
looking for
or
a
a
chair.
comedy show or somewhere, and and they come sitting in the front interrupting.
What about you, Gary? You always like to be fashionable.
But I'm a stickler for time. I do not like being late. If I got to go to church late, I don't go because I don't want to be crossing all over. Excuse me. I don't like all that. I had to get on damn time, honey. So I do not like being late for nothing. My mama said people gonna be late for their own damn funeral. So
I don't like the food picked over, personally. Like, I don't want to get there and people have already started meddling with the hors d'oeuvres. Like, I want some of the first deviled eggs. Is it just me, Rock T?
I mean, it depends on the type of event, but there are some perks from being one of the first ones there. Like, if it's a wedding or a baby shower or something like that, yeah, you don't want to be late. If it's a concert or something, okay, get there early. If it's a house party, all right, maybe you can get there an hour and a half late because everyone else it's a house party.
But see, Brock T, that house party, if you come to my house 30 minutes before the party over, don't ask me for a cocktail. don't ask me for a drink. Don't ask me if there's any more ribs left. You are late, bruh.
But when is the party ever over? If it's a house party, it ain't over till the last person drags out.
That's why you can't come late.
But one of the perks of getting there early is you can go ahead and get there early, say what's up, say hi to everybody, get your little nibble on, and then you can be gone.
Absolutely. And you get better parking,
Yep.
all of those things. I just learned that in Atlanta, people are traditionally late, and to be late is a normal thing. It's new for me, but I would love to hear from the callers. What is late? What is too late? Is it 15 minutes? Is it 30? Is it an hour? Does it depend on the type of event? Or are we just allowed to be late because we Black and CP time runs into our blood? I don't know. I want to hear from the callers.
Well, all right, let's go, man. Rickey Smiley Morning Show, you are on. Let us know what time it is. 8669 Ricky. Hello.
So listen, let me tell you something. This is what I think. It depends on whose party it is. And I know that probably don't make sense, but if it's my party, everybody coming early. You won't know why. If they ain't coming for the food, they just coming for the plain madness. I think it depends on whose party it is.
I think if you show up and you're not at the party at least an hour, I think that's rude. So before the party ends, I think about an hour. If you're not there, I think that's pretty rude.
By the way, my name is Eva, and I'm always late. So anything after an hour, just take your black ass home, because you ain't want to go in the first place.
That's a good point. Because if you late, you probably didn't even want to go.
Come on, Eva. You got to hold us down now. That's my namesake. We got to be on time, y'all. I think a cushion time is good.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome 3-time Grammy Award nominated multi-platinum R&B star Kim to the show, man. How you doing, my brother?
What's happening? How y'all doing?
Man, everything is good. Let me tell you something, man. You probably the coldest and the smoothest brother alive. Like I tell my homies all the time, it is not a man law violation if we rolling down the street and your homie in the car with you and you're listening to Kim on the radio. Like, we get a pass for that, man. Congratulations on your new single, Stuck on You, right on time for Valentine's Day. Speak on it, my man.
All of my songs going forward are dedicated to my wife. And, Stuck on You is one of her favorite songs as well as one of mine. You know, I woke up one day and realized that I had come as far as I was going to come by myself. You know, for the rest of my journey, I needed a partner, and God sent me this beautiful woman to spend the rest of my life with. And that's really what the song is about.
Okay, well, we glad to hear that you're going to be hitting the road, the 26 cities this spring for the Full Circle Tour with Babyface, and it's even hosted by Sherry Shepherd. We love Sherry Shepherd. Yeah. Now, tell us how that came about and what can people expect?
Well, Babyface and I have been doing shows together for a long time. He's a friend, he's a mentor, he's a legend, as you know. And we really wanted to come out of the pandemic, or in these times that we're living in, and put something really special together for the people. We're serving the people. And we got our girl Sherry Shepherd with us, so it's going to be a night of hits, a night of love, a night of romance, a night of laughter. And we're really, really looking forward to want you all to come check it out.
Absolutely. Speaking of something special and full circle, I'm sure a lot of people don't know your full story. A little piece of that being back in 1990, you were actually homeless and sleeping in a shelter. Now, the past couple of years have hit some people exceptionally hard, Kim, where they might feel like they're at their rock bottom. So, what could you say to those people that helped you get to where you are today?
I would say to hold on. These are difficult times for all of us. There's been a lot of loss, a lot of tragedy with this virus, and with all of the divisiveness that's in our country, and our politics, and our relationships. So this is a time to lean on your faith. It's a time to be grateful for and appreciate the things that we do have, the people that we love, and sowing seeds of good faith. And I still believe, regardless of everything that's going on, in spite of everything that's going on, I believe that the best is yet to come.
Well, Kim, with all this being said, so when can the fans expect the new album?
We actually have an EP, the Full Circle EP, which we're putting the finishing touches on right now. That'll be released in April, March, around tour time. And then this year, y'all, this is my 20th. This will coming up is my 20th anniversary with the Motown label. So we've got something special planned for that as well. Can you believe I had a real job in 20 years? That's crazy, right? But we're still doing it.
Big time.
And we're grateful for that.
I love it. I love it. Before we let you go, Kim, now we got to ask you like a very, very serious question. And sometimes people don't even like to answer this question, but we got to ask you since we got you. Do you put sugar on your grits or salt and pepper?
No.
Come on now.
No sugar.
Just salt and pepper?
Come on, dude. Salt and pepper and butter.
Exactly.
Right?
Oh, come on now, Gary.
I don't use no sugar on no grits. That's malted milk.
Sugar's for cream of wheat.
Exactly.
Uh-oh.
There it is, man. Man, Kim, thank you so much for joining us this morning. How can they follow you, man? How can people follow you on social media?
At Music by Kim on all social media platforms. At Music by Kim. Come check out your boy. Y'all have a great day today, and thank you for spending time with me.
Absolutely. So here it is, man. World premiere, the new single, Stuck on You by Kim. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get it. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Rickey Smiley. Hey, brought to you by
Sherman. This Black History Month is all about Black excellence and the celebration of where Black people have come from, how it started, and recognizing how it's going. Join us as we celebrate Black History Month with Sherman. Now we all go. Why not enjoy the go with Sherman? Go to blackamericaweb.com to learn more. Good morning, Rock T. Good morning, everyone. I'm your girl, Eva Marcel, here with a quick look this morning at your front page news. In international news today, the president of France will meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Moscow today as a part of the continuing efforts to de-escalate the fears of a Russian invasion of Ukraine. On several news shows yesterday morning, the White House National Security Advisor said that Russia could invade Ukraine any day now. Meanwhile, Mayor of Ottawa, Canada, declared a state of emergency yesterday following 2 weeks of protests over COVID-19 restrictions. It started when two truckers began blocking traffic in the city. That grew to thousands of people protesting over 450 citations. Republicans, including former President Donald Trump, have expressed support of the protest. Now, in political news, Republican candidates who are trying to win over Trump's voters have stepped up their attacks on Dr. Anthony Fauci over COVID-19 pandemic. Meanwhile, the committee investigating the January 6th attack on the Capitol riots is adapting techniques used against mobsters and terrorists to try to hold Donald Trump and his allies accountable. Last but not least, jury selection begins today in the federal trial of 3 men who murdered Ahmaud Arbery. The men have already been sentenced to life in prison. The federal trial will focus on whether or not the killings were racially motivated. All right, that was a quick look at your front page news. For more, just log on to the Rickey Smiley Morningshow.com. Rock T, our sports genius. What's going on in sports?
Already, let's start off with the Brooklyn Nets rumors that are out there. Head coach Steve Nash says they are not trading James Harden to the Philadelphia 76ers or any other team. Brooklyn has lost 8 games in a row. Don't be surprised. This is another Rock T bold prediction. Don't be surprised if they don't trade James Harden by the deadline, if he winds up in Philly and signs with them in the offseason as a free agent. I'm just saying. In the meantime, the NFL Pro Bowl went down yesterday. AFC defeated the NFC. This was just an entertaining game. These players weren't really going hard. They weren't really playing strong defense. But one of the fun moments was when the brothers, Buffalo wide receivers, Stephon Diggs and defensive back Trevon Diggs from the Cowboys, went back. They switched positions, and then they ran a play against each other, man. So that was kind of cool. Well, if y'all didn't know, there is a Winter Olympics going on right about now in Beijing. Total medal count, Russia's in the lead with 7. Canada has 6. Netherlands has 5. China, Norway, Japan, and a few other countries. Then USA down at number 3. So it is what it is. U.S. figure skating team won an historic silver medal, which is the first time ever. So that's a highlight for the USA. Also, shout out to the women's hockey team. They're 3-0, and they're getting ready for a big matchup versus Canada. Last but not least, man, New Orleans Saints running back Alvin Kamara, who was arrested after playing in the Pro Bowl yesterday after being accused of injuring someone at a nightclub on Saturday night, the day before the Pro Bowl. Word is that Kamara remains in jail right now, and I'm sure he's going to be bailing out sometime this morning and heading to court to kind of defend himself, get himself clear and free. We'll see what happens with that. That's what I got for sports right about now. The Brat got the hot spot. Let's get it.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and that's hot. You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BRAT.
Hot Spot brought to you by Bank of America, brought to you by the official Bank of America customized cash reward credit card. You can earn 3% cash back on online shopping, making the essentials even more rewarding. Bring it, Tad. What you got?
What up? Good morning, Rock T. Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brad Tat, and this is the Hot Spot, where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. The Boondocks is one of TV's most beloved series that ended too soon. Well, in 2019, fans were excited to hear that the show was coming back after being announced that Sony Pictures Animation would be bringing the show back. Recently, however, Cedric Yarbrough said that the reboot is not happening. He said, "I hate to say this, but the show is right now not coming back." Yarbrough said, "I don't know if this is breaking news, but we've been wanting to do the show, and Sony, they decided they're going to pull the plug. So I don't know. Hopefully, maybe one day we'll get to revisit. If we don't, then it is what it is, but I wish the show was coming back." Everybody loved the Boondocks. I liked watching the Boondocks. It was real dope to me that Regina King played both brothers. So anyway, I hope it does come back. All right, y'all, moving on. Following former Miss USA Chelsea Christ's death on Sunday, an essay she wrote for Allure magazine in 2021 was unearthed, shining a light on her inner world. Chris talked about the pressure she's experienced around achievement. She earned an MBA and law degree simultaneously at Wake Forest University before becoming Miss USA in 2019. She wrote, "I nearly worked myself to death, literally, until an 8-day stint in a local hospital sparked the development of a new perspective," she added. She said, "I discovered that the world's most important question, especially when asked repeatedly and answered frankly, is why? Why earn more achievements just to collect another win? Why pursue another plaque or medal or line item on my resume if it's for vanity's sake rather than out of passion? Why work so hard to capture the dreams I've been taught by society to want when I continue only to find emptiness?" Now, authorities believe that Chris jumped to her death on Sunday from a 60-story building which she lived in. She left behind a note stating that she wanted to leave everything to her mother, who, like Chris, was formerly Miss North America. On Instagram, just hours before her death, she posted a photo of herself with the caption, "May this day bring you rest and peace." Oof, my goodness.
Man. She said something with that, though.
Huh? Yeah,
with
what she
with
said.
That.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Because people do a lot of things just for the sake of other people or to have an accolade, and it's not even really their passion. So I would say if it's not your passion, don't do things and don't live for other people. Live for yourself and do what works best for you.
It's okay to just be okay.
It is. And people need to know that. And that's why counseling is so important, too. I mean, if you need to talk to somebody, don't just hold it all in. Please go talk to somebody and get it out. Oh, my goodness, because that's so sad. All right, y'all, moving on. Last but not least, 2 Chainz said that he's been arrested more times as he's been rapping than back in the day when he was trapping. He said, I actually got arrested more times being a rapper than when I was trapping and doing everything else. He said, I got locked up in the airport. I had a 4-finger ring in LaGuardia. They charged me with brass knuckles, locked me up. I got caught in L.A. back when I was on lean bad. When they went in my bag and found lean, they took me off the plane. He said the Atlanta rapper says he thinks that cops were targeting him at one point. He continued, I got messed up in Oklahoma they say it was a hostage situation, something. They told the tour bus to lock down while we was on it and disconnected the generator. Early on I just felt like maybe I was a target or something. But it's sad that as a successful black man, I was targeted more now than when I was actually in the trap. And that is so true. I know so many drug dealers that don't get caught, don't get in trouble. But it's like when you're a rapper, they really pay attention to you. They follow you. They try to find things on you. They want you to get in trouble for some reason. I don't know what it is, but they definitely shine a light on you when you're in the limelight already. All right, y'all. What'd you say, Special K?
No, I was just going to say it's easier to spot you when you're in the limelight.
I guess so, and not standing on the corner passing out packs. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, well.
Why the light gotta be lime and not lemon?
Y'all help me welcome the National Urban League President and CEO Mark Morial with this morning's commentary on the state of Black America. Mr. Mark, good morning.
Oh, good morning, Ricky. And this morning's state of Black America, I want to address a few things. First, I want to lift up 2 African-American economists, Lisa Cook and Philip Jefferson. They've been nominated by President Biden to serve on the Federal Reserve Bank's Board of Governors. So the Federal Reserve is extremely influential. It sets interest rates. It oversees banks. It enforces the Community Reinvestment Act. In the history of this bank, with 7 people on the board, it's been around since the early 1900s. There have only been 3 African Americans to serve on that board. The last one was in 2006. So for 15 years, there's not been an African American. President Biden has nominated 2 to fill 3 vacancies. So 2 new African American economists, Lisa Cook, distinguished scholar, Michigan State, Philip Jefferson, a distinguished scholar and economist. And I think this is important history because to the economics field, the Federal Reserve is like the Supreme Court. These are very important appointments, and they will, I think, lift up issues like income inequality, the jobs gap, and the racial wealth gap as members of that Federal Reserve. So we're going to urge everyone to continue to be vigilant until they are confirmed by the United States Senate, but they did well in their hearings last week. Number 2, Amir Locke, fatally shot by the Minneapolis police during a botched execution of a no-knock warrant. Ricky, this is not a mistake.
At all.
It is the result of policies, procedures, and attitudes that we fought for years to eliminate. That family and its grief is deepened by the sense of indifference on the part of police and city officials. It is hard to believe that these type of irresponsible no-knock warrants, 2 years after Breonna Taylor was killed in a similar botch raid, and the murder of George Floyd, that this is continuing to take place. A no-knock warrant is something I believe that should be used only in the most extreme circumstances. In this instance, this warrant was issued by the St. Paul, Minnesota Police Department, who asked the Minneapolis Police Department to execute it. St. Paul did not ask for a no-knock warrant. The Minneapolis Police Department took it up on itself to secure a no-knock warrant, and therefore they are responsible for this death of Amir Locke. This is unacceptable. We have to continue to put our foot down, and a message all across the nation to mayors and police chiefs and these no-knock warrants. This was a no-knock search warrant, not an arrest warrant, a search warrant. And for the life of me, Ricky, I do not understand
why they went in there with guns for a search warrant.
And not only that, he was in his own bed. He had a gun, which he was entitled to have. People walk in. He doesn't know if they're coming to rob him. The police never said they were the police. They said search warrant. Well, we know there's a lot of people in neighborhoods and communities pretending to be who they are not, including police. So responsibly protest, call this out. We need investigations. I understand Keith Ellison, the Attorney General of Minnesota, is now involved. We need the Justice Department to put its hands on this case. But let's send a message, folks, all across the nation, and these no-knock warrants. this is turned into target practice on black people. And Ricky, we have got to stand up against this. Once again, the Minneapolis Police Department demonstrates its inability to reform itself, and the people of Minneapolis deserve better than lip service and empty promises. This is a flagrant disregard for procedures, even as this department is under a federal pattern and practice investigation. This is a red flag. So we're going to monitor this. We're going to keep a close eye on this. And the final thing is, I am really pleased that you all are lifting up black women mayors this month. I was just at the United States Conference of Mayors and saw so many of these powerful sisters. I could name so many, whether it's Muriel Bowser or LaToya Cantrell or Lori Lightfoot. I could continue to go on. Keisha Lance Bottoms, who just, of course, finished a term as mayor of Atlanta. Serious sisters. And I also want to lift up a black woman mayor I served with back in the 1990s, and that is Sharon Sales Belton, who was the mayor of Minneapolis, and in my time, the only black woman mayor of a major American city. So I am so happy you're lifting this up during Black History Month, and I want to salute all of these sisters for their brilliance and their leadership during difficult times. So, Ricky, that is the state of Black America. I'm Mark Morial. Follow me on social media at Mark Morial, or follow the National Urban League at Nat Urban League. And that is today's state of Black America.
Oh, man, thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Mark, man. We always appreciate you keeping us up to date on the state of Black America, ladies and gentlemen. Mark Morial, thank you, man.